Idaho Mountain Weather. It's May 13th, 2026. Looking at the infrared, you can see we have a area of low pressure to our west that's going to spit in a pretty fast moving cold front that's going to pack a punch. This is looking at it on the satellite. You can see after it comes through this afternoon, it's going to clear out pretty fast, and then we're going to have much cooler air coming in from the north for the next week or so. So the big thing with this storm coming through is mostly the winds. We're going to have some pretty significant winds start to build this morning and gust up to 60 miles per hour in the Pioneers if you're going to be that high. And then by noon, you can see really down to the valley floor, we're going to have gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour, especially around some of these thunderstorms that are coming through. And that's going to last until pretty much tonight. You'd see the Snake or Cary area is going to be picking up quite a bit, and also down into the Snake River Basin. Here is our chance of thunder showers this afternoon, so it's going to be kind of short-lived as that cold front passes through, but anywhere from 20 to 40% chance. Looking at the 6-hour lightning flash density, you can see it's mostly in the Haley down to Cary area. Looking at the speed this up here so you can see that cold front coming through right around noon-ish, and then some pop-up thunderstorms right behind that. So we can expect those thunderstorms anywhere from 1 to 4 p.m. today, and then it's going to be pretty fast moving and be out of here. We are in a red flag warning to the north of us, and that's because of greater lightning potential, but I just kind of wanted to take a look at some of these outlooks since we are starting to dry out. We are in the moderate, so we're not quite high yet. We're just kind of on that threshold there. Really, it's kind of like Bellevue Triangles entering that drying out portion for the day. If we look at this other map that looks at the energy release component, so that says how much moisture or how dry the fuels are out there, whether they're grasses or trees. It's telling us how dry those fuels are, and if a fire does happen out there, how significant, how fast it could blow up on us. So you can see we're increasing how dry we are. We're in the 80 percentile now, so that's not crazy, but it is approaching, I wouldn't say fairly dry, but that's kind of why we're in that moderate zone for here. Further areas up in the Sawtooth Valley, we are still at moist levels. The snow hasn't just melted out, but we still have snowpack up there, and it's not anywhere close to being dry. So I'm going to kind of refer to this map as we move into the summer more often to see where we're at, especially when we have these cold fronts come through that have lightning potential, because that's when we're going to have those potential fires starting. Moving on to temperatures, we had a pretty hot day yesterday. It's going to be similar today, but a little cooler, definitely cooler as that cold front comes through. You can see our peak height or peak temperature is actually going to be happening a little bit earlier today, around 1 or 2, until that cold front comes through. And then if you have plants out there, you're going to have to watch those plants for the next week or so. We're going to get pretty cold. I mean, we're not going to be at freezing until Sunday morning, but if you have some sensitive plants out there, we are going to be approaching the upper 30s, so you're going to have to cover those plants up starting tonight. And we're going to be getting, our highs are going to be dropping until we hit Sunday, where it's going to be in the mid 50s, and then we'll start picking up again. Didn't show you how much rain we could get out of this. It's not going to be a lot. It's actually not showing any. So just to show you that those storms are going to be pretty spotty. This is the MBM model, so this takes into account all the different models out there that we forecast with. What was the other thing I wanted to show you? So by temperature, or by Saturday or Sunday, this is how we're gonna wake up. Lots of cool airs coming in from Canada. So if I back this up, yeah, it's like right here. You can see lots of warm temperatures across most of the Mountain West before this cold front comes through. After that cold front comes through, it's going to push a lot of cooler air. This is kind of an hourly temperature forecast, so it doesn't do it as much justice, but you can see as we move into the weekends that cooler air is spilling in into our area, and it's going to cool things off. All right, the last thing I will show you, a little scattered this morning, is the 500 millibar chart, which I like to always show what's going on in the upper reaches of the atmosphere. So that area low pressure moves out, and then we're going to be kind of in this zonal flow. That cooler air is going to drift down towards us from Canada into the weekend. And we're not really in any significant weather pattern, so we could generally going to be probably seeing a mix of clouds and sun each day. Except tomorrow's looking pretty clear to start things off. But Sunday, you can see that northwest flow really starts to pick up, bringing in the coolest temperature of the week. And then we shift again more into a zonal, still kind of northwest flow, but with some warmer air coming in behind that. And then we get kind of into the future forecast.